So I think we could all benefit from setting aside time for our mental health, but for most of us, that's easier said than done. And if you've been thinking about therapy, finding the best way to start can be a bit of a challenge. Now, the traditional route can be a good option, but it just didn't fit with my schedule or offer the structured treatment that I was aiming for. So as I started looking around for the best remote therapy providers, I researched and tested out a few different options before committing to onlinetherapy.com. And today I'll be sharing my experience with their service, how it works, what I found helpful, what I think can be improved, and how it compares to other online mental health platforms. So by the end of this video, you'll be able to decide if they're the right option for you. And if at any point you decide to try onlinetherapy.com, you can use the affiliate link down in the description below. It won't cost you anything extra, and you'll have access to our discount, which you can't get if you go directly to their website. So if you haven't heard of onlinetherapy.com, it was founded in 2009 by entrepreneur Carl Nordstrom after he came across cognitive behavioral therapy. Now, cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, is one of the most commonly used approaches for treating mental health issues and addresses counterproductive behaviors by introducing gradual small changes into your thought patterns. Nordstrom got to thinking about how CBT should be a more mainstream and accessible option for people that just need mental health care. So he created an online platform where people could get access to treatment based on the CBT approach, and now it's become one of the most popular therapy sites in the world. So for someone getting started on onlinetherapy.com, the whole process is super simple and user-friendly. You just need to answer a few questions like the issues you want to talk about and general preferences. And after that, you'll be matched with a qualified therapist who is with you every step of the way. But if you're not initially satisfied with them, then you can request to change your therapist anytime. I took advantage of this option myself before sticking with one I really connected with. And it's important to make sure you're comfortable with them because your therapist guides you through each section, offers advice on worksheets, and is always in contact with you for messaging. And depending on your subscription, they also work with you during live video sessions like traditional therapy, but in a more relaxed and chill setting. Now, the therapy program itself is broken down into 8 sections, and each one includes videos, audio, and reading that all focus on helping you to identify and overcome the challenges you're facing. Now, one thing I liked is that as you go through the videos, you'll also get tips on how you can address your problems and worksheets where you can answer questions and reflect on your progress. There are a total of 25 worksheets, and it took me around 45 days to complete the program. And after you filled out a worksheet, your therapist will give you personalized feedback and tips based on your responses. And if you ever need additional help, you can directly message your therapist at any time, and they'll get back to you within a couple of hours. You'll also have access to a journal where you can jot down thoughts and feelings daily. It's a small habit, but it can really change your outlook over time. And if you're someone who loves to plan, the activity planner is perfect for setting goals and actually sticking with them. Plus, everything's easy to navigate, so you can access and manage all their tools from the comfort of your home. All right, now, everyone's mental health needs are very different. You might be someone who values a lot of guidance and communication, or you might prefer more solitary reflection with occasional check-ins. But onlinetherapy.com offers plans that can accommodate a range of preferences, and you can select from 4 different options. First off is their basic plan, which goes for $48 a week and gives you unlimited messaging with your therapist, as well as access to yoga and meditation videos, a journal to help you organize your thoughts, and an activity plan, and even progress tests. However, this plan does not include live sessions, so if you prefer a more self-guided approach, but still want to be in touch with a professional to monitor your progress, then this could be the right fit for you. Or if you like more consistent interaction with your therapist, then the standard plan, which includes 1 session for $72 a week, or the premium plan with 2 weekly sessions at $96 per week might be a better fit. And you can pick whether you want these live sessions to be video calls, voice calls, or just a text chat. I find these sessions to be so much more convenient than in-person therapy because I don't have to travel, and that frees up more time in my day to fit in my appointments since they're all online. Now, onlinetherapy.com also offers couples therapy, which you can get with the couples plan. This one also costs $96 a week. And while it includes everything that the other plans offer, it's centered around relationship support. So if that's something you specifically are targeting, then this could be a great option. All right, so I've been using onlinetherapy.com for a couple of months now, and based on my experience, I have a few takeaways that I think are worth sharing. First off, I found the sessions very easy to follow, and they've done a great job at implementing this CBT approach through their 8-section program. The worksheets contain a lot of practical exercises to recognize negative thought patterns and build healthier habits and behaviors. And the great thing about their therapist is how proactive they are with guiding you through each section. They're always available through text, and this is something that I really appreciate because it gives you the flexibility to contact them anytime you want outside of the sessions and worksheets, because sometimes things come up and you just need to get something off your chest, or maybe you just need some on-the-fly advice from someone you trust. All right, now, privacy is always a concern with anything that's online, especially when it comes to information as personal as mental health. But onlinetherapy.com is very transparent about the protection protocols they have in place, and all communications between you and your therapist are encrypted, so you can feel secure sharing and being open during sessions. But onlinetherapy.com isn't perfect, and there are still a few things I noticed that I think could be improved. For one, while it's great to have the option to switch therapists at any time, this can be sometimes a bit disruptive to your treatment plan, and you may find yourself having to start from scratch. Now, I've been sticking with the same therapist for a while now after I changed a couple at the start, and I haven't had any issues since. But while the 8-section program will resume, even if you change between multiple therapists, they could have to look at your previous worksheets to catch up on your current progress. And a significant point to keep in mind is that onlinetherapy.com does not accept insurance. So if that's something you're relying on to finance your treatment, then you may want to consider another option. But on the other hand, I think that their pricing, particularly for the 2 sessions a week covered under the premium plan, is genuinely pretty reasonable when compared against traditional in-person services that do take insurance. All right, so if you're interested in the concept of online therapy, but want to explore your options before committing to a service, then there's a few other choices I sifted through during my own research that you might want to look at. BetterHelp and Talkspace. BetterHelp is known for the huge network of therapists and offers a more individual approach to therapy, where you mostly communicate directly with your therapist. But while, like with onlinetherapy.com, you can connect to your therapist through live video, phone calls, or messaging, a BetterHelp subscription typically offers only 1 live therapy session a week. And though you do have the flexibility to schedule more, it's an additional fee on top of your subscription. But if you do prefer having the flexibility to adjust the number of sessions you have from week to week, then that could be an advantage. I personally prefer the consistent and structured approach that onlinetherapy.com offers, where you can work through different sections and fill out the worksheets to help you make progress. But BetterHelp can also be a great option if you want an online alternative to traditional treatment that offers specializations beyond cognitive behavioral therapy. And as for Talkspace, I'd say that their approach falls somewhere in between BetterHelp and onlinetherapy.com. So while they mainly work through messaging with your therapist directly, you can also choose to have video sessions or voice calls. And with them, there's no specified scheduling pattern for sessions except when you want to book an appointment. So it's more like texting your therapist throughout the week rather than having consistently structured sessions. Now, a great thing about Talkspace is that they offer more specialized forms of therapy like counseling for veterans and LGBTQ patients. So if you're looking to connect with counselors who are specifically trained in these areas, then Talkspace can be a good choice. Now, as far as cost, onlinetherapy.com is priced between $48 and $96 per week, about on par with BetterHelp, which goes from $65 to $100 per week. Talkspace, on the other hand, is a bit higher, with plans ranging from $69 to $109 per week. However, they do accommodate a range of insurance providers. So although onlinetherapy.com has the most affordable price range between the 3 services, overall their rates are comparable enough that you can base your decision more off factors like session frequency and treatment specialization. Each platform offers something a little different, so it's all about finding what matches your style and treatment goals. If you're someone who prefers a more hands-on and traditional approach, or want to have access to a broader range of therapy specializations, then BetterHelp and Talkspace might suit you. But for me, the structure and resources on onlinetherapy.com and the CBT approach were just what I needed. All right, so to wrap things up, my experience with OnlineTherapy.com has been pretty positive so far. I found that I've been more consistent with my appointments because of how convenient they are to schedule compared to traditional therapy. And the worksheets and therapist feedback have helped me to stay on track and keep tabs on my progress. So if you're considering online therapy and want something that offers more than just standard sessions, I definitely suggest giving OnlineTherapy.com a try. It's affordable, easy to use, and packed with helpful tools to guide you on your mental health journey. And that's all for this review. I hope you found this video helpful. And if you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to see more just like this. As I mentioned, if you want to get started with OnlineTherapy.com, you can use the affiliate link down in the description below to get a discount that you won't find if you go directly through their website. As always, I enjoy hearing your thoughts, and I'll try to get back to any questions or comments you leave down below as fast as I can. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.